So we have a brand new adventure on the river today. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna get my camera because I've had like one disaster after another. This is only like my second time out this year in the boat. And the first time was a disaster, and this is kind of a disaster too. But anyway, we're gonna go detecting. It's late in the day, so we're only gonna have a short day, but we're gonna camp overnight, maybe 2. So we're gonna have some good long time on the river. Now, I've dug a few things already. Mostly just junk like plowshares and stuff. I'm mostly looking for artillery shells, but I got a good signal here, iron signal, and I stuck my pick on it, and it's something good, I think. I hope so anyway, especially after all of this. All right, I'm gonna put you under, see if you can see it, okay? Hold your breath. First good target of the day. Well, I would say we're officially on the board as far as something cool, because that is a stirrup, horse stirrup for, you know, could probably Civil War, but it could be before. But we're on the board. Mostly farm related stuff like this. And I think I can see something. It sounded like an artillery shell, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be, it looks more like an anchor from here, up here, but I could actually see it when I went over it. Right there. What do you think? Let's go look. Well, I first thought that was an anchor, but I think it's probably like part of an axle or something that's broken. But there's a lot of iron in here, so I'm not giving up hope. And that is a pure artillery shell sounding signal. And no one had dug it yet, because it was, I could tell by the way it was laying down, the color right here, that if they had dug it, they put it down in the exact same orientation, which doesn't usually happen. So maybe no one's been here yet. Fingers crossed. All right, let's just take the machine and listen for a minute. I'm using the Garrett AT Max today. Zero discrimination, zero program, zero discrimination, maximum sensitivity. I got 1 bar. I need to change the battery soon, but I figured we'll just wait till we get to some calmer water. And mostly, like I said, looking for artillery shells. So we're listening for big iron signals. If we get some little squeaky bullet things, we'll dig those too, but I'm mostly concentrating on iron. There's a piece of iron there, but it's not big enough to be an artillery shell, but I'll hit it with a magnet. A little more iron there, but too small for an artillery shell. Some of this is probably fence wire. There's a couple things up underneath it. That's a really high reading. We definitely, let's go look at that thing. It's a little higher than what I would think a can would read. So it could be something brassy. I don't know, I see something square. Let's go look at it. Probably a farm dump, so there's going to be some more modern stuff in here, and that's definitely more modern. And I really want to get about 5 miles upriver before we, well, in order to set up camp. You can't even see me probably. Yeah, I want to set up camp about 5 miles upriver. Then we're going to float back down tomorrow. I had a nice little signal here. It was reading in the 30s though, so I didn't get the camera up. I just wanted to show it to you as a piece of a plow. You find a lot of these in the rivers. Also wanted to show you something else. Notice I have kayaker's pants on today, and that's because when I was on this river about a week ago, I got 6 or 8 leeches on my legs. So I decided, and then I still got big sores. So I decided I better wear long pants today. So every once in a while you're gonna hear a weird noise when I go underwater and the air escapes around the where it's tight. It's gonna make some, well, gaseous noises, but please bear with me. It's not really me, if you know what I mean. I'm still zipping up river, trying to get to the furthest point up. Then we're gonna come back. And I think I just passed a little tackle box. Go back around and look together. I had to take the thing off the back because it was getting too hot. It's gonna be pretty noisy. In here somewhere. I have all my camping gear with me. That's why I'm really heavy. I got some diving gear, camping gear. There it is. All right, let's go out and see what it is. Woo! I saw that thing. I don't know what that is, but let's just grab the tackle box today. Oh boy, it's full of worms. Worm, there's a gun in there. You never know. I doubt it though. Whoops. All right. There we go. Without the muddy water. Look at that collection of worms. I'll grab that paper as best I can. Yeah, this is pretty much worthless as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know if I can use that. I can use a box or something, I suppose. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and box it up, grab that piece of paper, and we'll head up the road. Well, the river, but you know what I mean. Okay, so it's been a couple hours since I last talked to you. I'm gonna slowly work my way upriver, doing some detecting. Found a few things. I'm gonna show you real quick. Mostly, horseshoe. I had a couple other pieces of horseshoes, some pliers, and other junk. But what I wanted to tell you, this is where we're gonna camp tonight. I got all my gear out there. I'm gonna leave it here. Leave my scuba stuff, and we're going to camp on this little island. I think it's going to be pretty nice. Nice water. Yeah, we'll camp right here. How's that sound? Actually, on the downside, there's a nice sandy beach, and we can set our hammock up. There's a couple nice big trees. We can set our hammock up in there. But for right now, what we're going to do is we've got hours yet before it gets coyote tracks. We've got probably 4 or 5 hours before it gets dark, so we're going to go ahead, travel light upriver as far as we can go. Well, there's a little town up here we're going to stop at, and just kind of hunt as we go and hunt our way back if we have the opportunity. We'll get back here just before dark. These delicious MREs. I think they probably expired about 2 decades ago, though. That's all we have to eat too, so not going to be a good night, or day tomorrow, or the next night, or the next day. But we'll try to survive. All right, let's hit the road or the river and see what we can find. So I'm about a mile above where we camped, and we're going to work our way downriver now back to the camp tonight. Hopefully we'll have enough time to hit it all, and that way we can start at the camp and go back toward the truck in the morning. First find so far, a giant horseshoe. It's a beauty. Might even be a kind at your throw. Actually, I think it's from a draft horse. All right, we're going to work our way down and see what we can find, hopping back and forth from bank to bank, a little bit in the middle. Hopefully we'll get a cannonball or two before we have to head back. Well, no artillery shells, but I think we have a horseshoe down there. Unfortunately, well, you're not going to be able to see it because I'm going downstream. I'll just pick it up. You can actually look down and see it. Just flip it over, see what the other side looks like. Yeah, like could have been either. That's a nice little horseshoe there. Sorry you couldn't see it, but I'm working my way downstream, so it's going to get cloudy as we go along. We'll add it to the collection. Still digging lots of junk. Not thinking that's going to be Civil War. Because the gate, huh? Jeez. Hey, got about another hour, then we're going to be heading back down to camp. Maybe not even that long, really. Man, there's a lot of iron, a lot of just farm junk in here, you know? What the heck was that? Something by that jump right there. I bet it was a beaver. I saw one swimming around earlier. We keep our eyes open, we'll probably see him pop up. There he is, look. Right against the bank there. I'll zoom in for you. He's looking at us. He's grinding his teeth. I don't think he's happy. I'm making spit bubbles. He's coming over. I'll try to hide my face. Can't see my eyes. Not too afraid of it. Hey, it's a troll train. I hear it. Talking to us. Troll train's getting closer. I'll turn you off for a bit. There somewhere. Better not bite me on the nads. Me, look, see the bubbles? Look, there he goes. I think that was him. See, the line of bubbles came down through. He's gonna pop up down there. He is. It was. Look, he's below us. Kind of funny. He swam right by us. We'll see. We'll probably hear him tonight because when we're at our camp, which isn't too far away, he'll come out splashing his tail, kind of like he did just then. What I heard was him actually splashing his tail like this. It's a warning to other beavers. Watch him. I don't know if you can see him down through there, but watch when I hit my hand. I'll hit my hand on the water. See how scared he was? I think he's used to people. lots of people float on this river. A bald eagle up in that tree watching us. See him? When they're immature, they don't have a white head. They call them bald eagle, but they really just have white feathers. But when they're babies, or first couple years, they don't have the white feathers on the head. I saw one flying over early. There's the beaver right there. The bald eagle's right above him. Run, a little beaver. We should slap his tail for you, so you can hear that. I actually want to get down that big pile of rocks down the river there, so I'm headed. Slap your tail, Bubba. I guess he's not going to. Just found this little brassy thing here, which I think is a piece of a spur, maybe. Not 100%, but it was right about where the pick is sitting. So we'll work this area. I'm getting some like light signals, iron, and a couple things that sounded like 22 shells I didn't dig, but maybe I ought to go ahead and dig them just in case. Might be a button in there. Come back here, you. In the pot you go. Well, I just found a nice chunk of old lead that I thought might be a bullet, but I think it's too big. Got a hole in the bottom, probably used for a fishing sinker. Huh. Sun's going down, gentlemen and gentle ladies. We better get to camp. Not too much further, but let's look around this area just in case there might be a whole passel of these things, but except that they're really bullets with like initials carved in them and little gold coins shoved in the bottom. You never know. So it's getting kind of late in the day, but I just found a pretty interesting spot. I'm digging tons of iron. It's like, I guess where the farmer had dumped a bunch of stuff. There's several plow points, look like big old shark's teeth. Got another one here. I guess not plow points, but you know, plows, pieces of plow. Lots of pieces of like wagons and stuff in here. And the interesting thing is, if you look over there, that's Beefcake Island. That's where we're camping tonight. This little fish just jumped. I can actually see my gear on the bank right there, kind of like in between where the rapids are. So we're right back where we started not too long ago, and this place is loaded with stuff. So we can actually stay up. Hang out here just a little bit longer, see what else we can find. Camp's not far away, and we'll get a nice roaring fire going soon. That I can promise you. Need some Dr. McGillicuddy's. Don't have any though. And as we get even closer to Beefcake Island, I stuck my first fired musket ball. Awesome. Hopped out of my pan and into the boat. It's about where I found that musket ball, and I just dug a shovel. Might be onto something. Right here, next to Beefcake Island. Beefcake. Before I set up camp, let me just show you some of the things we found. I think I lost about half of them already. It was all mostly junk anyway. Got all these pieces of plow, some horseshoes, got the nice little stirrup, one fired musket ball, a couple pieces of lead. And we made it to the island. We're going to set up camp now. All right, going to give you guys a little tour of the lower end of Beefcake Island. That's looking downriver. Some pretty, huh? Got a little fire going here, getting ready for the night. All my gear hanging up in the tree, drying out. Of course, it'll be wet in the morning when I put it back on. Had my recharging my batteries for the cameras and stuff here. Show you my little camp up in the bushes. Got my hammock set up there. I'm not going to put the top on it because it's not going to rain tonight. Check this stuff out over here. This is pretty cool. Well, yeah, we'll go down here and look. This nice little waterfall on that side and swift water on the other. So it's going to be really pretty sounding tonight. Hopefully the coyotes will leave us alone. So I'll have to put my food up. I want them sniffing my tail when I'm in my little camp. Hey, I want to show you something about this island. Kind of interesting. This island actually probably won't be here too much longer. Ah, there goes a toad. There you go, little buddy. What's that? Insulator or something. But yeah, look on this side over here. If you look, see how all the roots are sticking out? It's like that all the way up. Probably because that tree's down right there and it's causing the water to come over here and just tear this bank up. So that as long as that tree stays there, it's going to keep doing it. This island could disappear by next year. That's how they do out here. Things just keep moving like that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fix some supper. As soon as it gets dark, I will... Oh, looky, old brick. That's an old one right there. That's some nice little punji sticks. That's from when the beaver were chewing on the branches at one time. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get some supper and go to bed as soon as it gets dark. So I probably won't see you until tomorrow when we get up and head down river. I'm going to hunt all the way to the truck, which is about 4 or 5 miles at least. Beautiful evening, huh?
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it